Hello, hello. Welcome. Today we will be discussing sex ed and how it is practiced in developing countries. And I am super excited, per usual, to talk to Sanasi, who is an award-winning sexuality educator from Nigeria. She's on a mission to create sexual enlightenment in the Black community, and she's the founder of West Africa's first sex tech brand, Revaginate NG, that provides access to comprehensive sex information and uses unconventional and fun ways to teach sex ed. So I'm going to quickly add her to the live, and we're going to discuss what it looks like in Nigeria. This is usually the lull before the person joins. So just bear with me and look at my face. Hi.
Hi.
You just want to adjust your camera so that we can see more of your beautiful
today.
Of course. I'm so excited.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes, it's perfect now. Great. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to be a part of this consultation, Sanasi. And I love the work that you're doing. It's truly revolutionary.
Thank you so much.
And I want to learn.
Thank you so much. I am also a fan of what you do.
Great. Mutual admiration club then. Sanasi, let's just jump straight into it. I want to know what it is like being a sex educator in West Africa, in Nigeria, and what are some of the challenges that you face?
Okay, so we face a whole lot of restriction because talking about sex here, it's just somehow to the people are not used to that idea of talking about sex. And then sex education is not something they do in schools. So there is no way you can have a partnership with schools to talk about sex to the students, right? So the social media is the only platform where you can do it properly. And we still have censorship. So you have to keep innovating your ideas till you find a method that works best for you. Some people hold workshops, seminars, live seminars, in-person seminar. But then COVID came along, right? But for my own safety, I never used to hold in-person workshop or seminar because I was stalked once by a person who came to the last class that I had. And then for my safety and the safety of other people in the class, I stopped physical workshops and meeting and decided to do it online, solely online.
What's that like? What's that been like for you, Sanasi? Because I'm sure there's a different kind of thrill and just fulfillment that you get from holding in-person workshops, and now you've transitioned online. But the issue with online is also that there is often not access to internet for a lot of folks, right? And just connectivity and privacy at home to be able to come for a sex ed class. So how do you navigate all that?
So firstly, I let the people I am going to talk to about sex know we have a policy. We are doing it online now because of security reasons, and then for our safety. People can be. I was personally stalked, and then I felt like it was because I was the one I handled it properly. If it was somebody from the class, it wouldn't have been so funny. So I let them understand, look, this is the situation. And then we weigh our options together. We have the sex lab now, a club where people learn about sex. We use movies, games, sometimes live scenario to talk about sex. And then formerly, we used to have live classes, right? They joined every Saturday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. But then we found out not everybody could keep up with this routine. Some people were married, they had babies to take care of. So we had to keep innovating this idea till we found a way to make it easier. So now we have recorded voice notes where we hold the class together, and then just about anybody that is on the platform can go back and then listen to it later, and always ask questions in the support group. So it's way easier now. And I think in my situation so far in Nigeria, the internet is way better than in-person workshop.
Okay, that's very interesting to know. Why did you become a sex educator, Sanasi? Can you tell me your story?
A lot of reasons, for a lot of reasons. I never really started in this path. I think 4 years back, I never really thought about becoming a sex educator. I knew I wanted to work in the health space, but I had no direction. I wanted to be in this place, helping people, educate people more. And then I went to college, and I studied demography and social statistics, a major in sexual and reproductive health. And during classes, we talked about sex, but it was never detailed. They never spoke about pleasure, consent, and all of that. All they focused on was on STI. And then they also sometimes spoke about sexual concerns, but then they never really went in depth on the form of knowledge. And this is something we have been used because of this form of knowledge, which is usually fear-based. That is what I believe. Constant education in this part of the world is fear-based. They tell you, look, if you're having would know, so don't go to the doctor when you have STI. So they would rather stay with it till it's worse. There's a better way to pass across the message. Sometimes they even tell them, look, you should abstain. And then abstinence-based sex education never solves anything, right? It never teaches us about consent. It never teaches us about sexual concerns. We are just shying away from the whole conversation. And then when the time comes to talk about it, if you are even lost, you don't know how to do it in the first place. So I knew sex was much more than what I was learning in school. And then I decided to study it properly, the proper way. And I was much more active on Instagram. I had an account, and then it was growing really well. Then Instagram censorship, my account was deactivated. It was really, really I won't call it a sad thing, but I almost gave up. I said, okay, this was the end, no more. I'll probably just be a guest blog writer for a sexual wellness brand. And that was it. I now decided to try Twitter, right? And I noticed the tweets I was putting out about sex education was gaining lots and lots of attention. People wanted to know more. I would probably post about pleasure and then go offline. When I come online, my DMs will be so full, and I really knew where to start from. So I just said, okay, we'll use Twitter as the main platform, and then over time you do not run away from challenges, right? To try to solve them. So we are back on Instagram. I'm trying to find how to navigate Instagram, but then try to reach other people. We discovered, according to statistics, only 46% of Africans can afford phone and the internet. We still have 54% of the population not being able to get information.
Correct.
So we decided to launch our phone lines where you call in for free. We have partners across the nation, even those in. There is this cultural fitting. Let me give an instance. I use female genital mutilation as a perfect example. It happens mostly to the Black population, and then a Black sex therapist or a Black sex educator can relate more because he or she has experienced this, and this is something that is quite common in the population, so conversely easier. So for people in the diaspora who also need information, we have Black sex therapists, sex educators, and counselors we work with. So you just call in, and we refer you. And then for people who cannot get access to healthcare, we try to schedule an appointment for them, and then
bit of a relay.
We just finalize a date where they can come in and they see a professional.
I think there's a small connection error, but I think that should be fine. I think I got most of what you said. You speak of like the cultural context and which prevents people from accessing knowledge about sex and sexuality and safety and having open and free conversations about these topics. You also speak of how like internet access is not so commonplace. Internet and smartphone access is not something that is very easily available to all Nigerians. In fact, 50.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, there's a bit of a relay. I think like there's a lag, but it's fine. I think our audience can hear what we're saying, which is why you launched the helpline, which is Reimaginate NG, and that's incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about the helpline? Congratulations on launching it. Firstly, it's a big success. And tell me a little bit about why you launched it, and I mean, sort of get why you launched it, but what's the response been like to the helpline so far? Sorry, cannot hear you, Sanasi. Just cannot hear you anymore.
All right.
I think the video is fine, but it's okay. Like internet glitches, we're in different parts of the world. We'll figure this out. No, I can't hear you now. I can see your lips move, but I can't hear you. Okay, Sanasi is going to join us back very quickly, but while she's gone, I also want to chat with all of you about how it is just as challenging to be a sex educator in India. Obviously, it's a lot easier when you're from a metro, you speak in English, you look a certain way, you're from a certain caste, class, location. But there are very many challenges, even systemic challenges to imparting sex ed at an institutional level. Hopefully this time, I'm really excited for all of you to actually hear about this helpline that they've come up with. So just going to wait for her to join back. But yeah, I think it's incredible that our sisters from around the world are doing this kind of work. And hi, back. Can you say something so that I can figure whether we can hear you or not? Okay, cannot.
Hi.
Okay, wait, it's fine. I think there's a bit of a lag.
Hello. Yes. Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I can't see you anymore, but I think it's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead with it. I would love to know more about the helpline that you have launched. And can you tell us what the response has been like? Oh no. Okay, you're back. You're unfrozen now. You're frozen again. So someone in the audience is saying that if you switch off your video, we can hear your audio just fine. Maybe I'll do. Yeah, why don't you talk, Sanasi? Let's hear if we can hear you. Your audio suddenly went off for some reason. Okay, she's left again. Okay, let me chat with you a little bit more about some of the roadblocks to being. Wait, I'll quickly tell you about these earrings. This really cool artist called Samantha made them. I will link their profile when I upload this video. Check it out. Really cool small business. Go support if you can. Yeah. So yes. So challenges, right? I mean, firstly, like the gatekeepers, especially when you're trying to do sex ed with younger people, are very much the parents, and you have to sort of get through them and convince them that this is going to be beneficial for their children in order to like impart sex ed. Okay, Sanasi is back, so I'll stop with my gyan. Yeah, it's re-adding. Okay, hopefully she's gonna come on very soon. It's saying waiting. But yeah, I'm so curious I mean, given this cultural context, to really hear about. Hi, you're back. Yeah, I think the same issue where we can't hear you. Yes, there's a lag. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put my video off. Why don't you put your video off as well? And I guess and we can try it that way. Thank you. Yes. Okay, why don't you say something now, Sanasi? Let's see if we can hear you.
Is it quite better
now?
It
really is.
All right.
I can hear you now.
Hello.
All right.
I am so sorry for the network issues.
Why are you apologizing? Completely understand, like internet is support us all the time, so don't worry. So Sanasi, please tell us a little bit about the helpline.
Thank you.
I would love to hear more about it.
All right. So the help was created to help people in 3 categories. Number one, people who do not have access to the internet. You just call in and you get your questions answered, and then we refer you to a professional if if need be. If you probably are complaining about pains or you need help for a sexual concern, we refer you to a professional. If need be, people who cannot access the internet. Also, for people who can access the internet but want to remain anonymous, because in this part of the world, right, people do not love the whole idea of talking to somebody openly about sex. They probably think, okay, this person might know who I am, or somebody might know this person and see me commenting under their post that I need help. So I would rather just not talk to the person. So you can call in and ask for what you need. We do not even need your name. We just need your sex, your location, and the reason why you are calling. So it's to help people who want to remain anonymous, because when I find out that when a platform is anonymous, people tend to ask for more help. Also, it's for people who have also been misinformed and they do not have access to resources. They know, okay, I have this sexual concern, but I don't know who to reach out to help me, or I don't know people to reach out to help me. In this part of the world, sex education and sex therapy is not regulated. So just about anybody can come out to say, I am a sex therapist, right? And then you find out that a person would have paid a huge sum of money or huge amount of money to get therapy, and you find out nothing is working. And they are just lost because they need help, but sex is a thing that people do not want to talk about. Let me give an example. Let's say I suffer from frigidity and I need to talk to a sex therapist. I meet somebody who claims to be a sex therapist, but then I have no knowledge, so I don't have the right questions to ask the person or ask for referrals, because I feel like when I ask for referrals, they will ask me, are you already having sex? How do you know you are frigid? Or, oh my God, you are frigid, you are sick. Stigma. So we have a resource base to reach out to professionals, people who we know are certified. We confirmed it. They are certified, so we refer you to the right people. So the helpline was launched for these 3 categories of individuals or people.
Right. I love this. This is truly incredible, and thank you so much for the work that you're doing and for stopping by today chat with us about this. And it's truly wonderful that there are people like you who are like putting their lives at risk almost and fighting for the cause and ensuring that folks have access to accurate, medically accurate and empowering information on sexuality and safety. Thank you so much for joining me and chatting about the work that you do. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I'm glad we managed despite all the technical issues. And thank you so much to What Are You Saying 420, sorry, who gave us the tip we can put our videos off, and that should just sort out the issue.
Thank you so much, the person who gave out the tip.
So Sanasi, we'll be in touch. Hopefully we'll do a lot of work together as well going forward. Thank you. Thanks once again. See you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Stay safe.